Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the most underrated and overrated brawlers within the meta right now. So every single 2 months, we take a look at the meta, we take a look at who is really underappreciated, and you should be starting to pick more often because people don't really see their value. And then we're going to be taking a look at the brawlers that I just see picked so much in Power League or Ladder and just don't really do that well. So before we jump into things, make sure you send a credit code, that'd be greatly appreciated. Without further ado, let's hop into it. All right, guys, so jumping into the most underrated brawler in the game right now, we have Gray. So I know, guys, I know what you're going to say straight away. You're going to say, well, I put Gray in the most overrated category last time around, and you know, in the previous meta he was pretty overrated. People thought that he could just go Gray everywhere, but now I think he's in the underrated stage. I've never seen him picked in Power League, but in a few maps and in a few positions I know that I can get away with a Gray pick, and in some situations it can just be so strong. So mainly to do with Hot Zone, I've been really enjoying playing Gray at the moment. Split in particular, literally he's one of the best first picks on that map. He's absolutely insane because of course you got the gadget to pull people through walls and destroy walls. You got the super to kill those squishy brawlers or just anyone that is capable of being taken down in a couple of shots, and people really underestimate the range of the gadget as well. I can't tell you how many times I've raged at being pulled across the map by this gadget. It's actually such an underrated gadget. Does take a little bit of getting used to, but is actually insane. So yeah, I love Gray in this meta. Definitely one of the better brawlers for sure. You can see here I can pull Tara through the walls, destroy a lot of their defensive walls, and then I've got a super here in a sec, which I should be able to make a decent play here through the middle, and I should just be able to slot that one in. So Gray for me, really underrated. He's really good on bounty, Brawl. You've seen in yesterday's video as well, I explained how strong he is as well. I just think he's so underappreciated in this meta. Definitely one of the better brawlers. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, so jumping into the next underrated brawler, we have Gus. So Gus has always been one of my favorite brawlers, so maybe I'm a little bit biased with this choice, but I just think personally he's so underappreciated. I've seen on yesterday's videos a few people saying that Gus, of course, isn't like one of the best brawlers in the game, but I think he is. And again, one of those brawlers that's never really banned in Power League and quite often very underrated in his slaying power. Of course, you don't want to face off against like multiple aggro. You can't really do anything when you're Gus when you face off against so many aggro brawlers, but a good Gus can absolutely pop off. You can see in the right setting here on Minecraft Madness, Gus is just completely made for this, and he can just destroy people so easily. So if you're thinking of his best game modes and maps, bounty, knockout, literally any scenario, he's going to be insane on pretty much all of them. And then you got Brawl maybe as a mid sometimes to counter some other mids. You know, you can have some decent slaying power because of his ghosts. You can a lot of times, just like how you can do with RT, is that you can 2-tap and gadget and confirm the kills. So hopefully we can mount a comeback here. They somehow have nearly got countdown, so we're going to be really careful here in case they get this last gem. Max is one shot, probably going to get tickled down by the poison, which is pretty nice. Rolo is going to be in charge of that brawler. We can take down the Crow, and we might be able to take down the Tara as well. We're going to use our shield onto Golden Retriever, and we're going to be able to win this one. There's no way a Crow can kill a Pam in that scenario. That is a really nice comeback. So yeah, just love his versatility. Gus has to be one of the best brawlers in the game, but still so underappreciated. No one talks about my boy Gus, and I just absolutely love playing him. Maybe again, might be a little bit biased because I'm good at playing him, but I just think he's still pretty easy to pick up and play. But I think he's really versatile, one of the best brawlers in the game right now. Let's hop into the next one. Guys, so jumping into the final underrated brawler, we have Colette. So Colette is a brawler that comes in peaks and troughs in the sense that sometimes she can be a really strong brawler in the meta, and sometimes she can be one of the worst brawlers in the meta. So right now she's in a pretty solid state, and unfortunately I probably got one of the worst compositions to showcase it because we've got 2 throwers and a surge. So normally whenever you play ladder, you're facing off against some tankier options, and especially Mortis. So Colette can be a fantastic counter in that case, but more so talking about kind of Power League and also competitive, I think Colette is extremely underrated just because the fact that she's one of the best counters to one of the best brawlers in the game in Bonnie, and then also Carl is one of the best brawlers as well, especially towards the end. You know, Colette can be a fantastic just brawler that's decent against most things, but then if you're really scared of like an assassin, I don't know, a knockout for example, like a Fang, then Colette can still be a really solid answer. So like I said, I'm just seeing her drafted a lot more at the moment, but probably in a couple of months time she'll then be near the bottom of the meta, but that's just how she is. It's really weird. She's balanced in a sense, but in this current meta definitely underrated. So we're going to get the countdown right here. I haven't really done anything, and of course the gotcha gadget is actually one of the best gadgets in the game, and it's actually the main reason why she's so underrated. So yeah, that was probably the worst super of all time. What? For some reason, I thought the ticket actually wouldn't like connect onto me there, but boy was I wrong. The tick super just yeeted me out of thin air, and yeah, we're gonna try and make a little bit of a comeback here to at least save some grace. But you know, most YouTubers would just clip that out, acting like they don't make mistakes. But you know, maybe we're just feeling ourselves a little bit here. So somehow we're able to get into a good position. Again, we've got a tick head here, so we've got to be a little bit careful. I may as well just go in here and try and get as much damage as possible. This Grom is being really annoying. Somehow I'm still alive in these guys' spawn. But you know, we're vibing, so we should be able to get our super right here and get a kill. Fang's going to go in, and he's going to get the rest of the gems. So lovely. I mean, I'm showing off pretty well how good Colette can be, even in the not the most favorable matchup. And I haven't even used my gadget to full effect here, so I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just spamming stuff, hoping to stay alive, but we should be able to win this easily because there's only really a surge on the run. So that is teammates. Eve, are you good, bro? Are you actually good? That is like the worst time possible to lag out, but that is Brawl Stars and it's randoms. Anyways, that is going to be Colette. She's going to be one of the most underrated brawlers in the game right now. Let's hop into the overrated brawlers. All right, guys, so jumping into the most overrated brawlers in the game right now, starting off with Sam. So by no means am I saying that Sam is a bad brawler and overrated. You know, this just might be my personal opinion, and for me, I just don't know. Maybe it's just because I can't get along with Sam myself. I'm an absolutely terrible Sam player, but I just don't know where the hype kind of came from with Sam, because it was one of the best brawlers in the game supposedly before his small nerf. But even then, I was always a little bit myself personally kind of against the fact that he was one of the best brawlers in the game. But a lot of people were just so certain he was so strong. I had to put him so high on the list, if you get what I mean. But for me, he just isn't that strong of a brawler anymore. Like, there's just so many obvious counters. I barely see Sam anymore. Like, where is the best place to use him? Maybe I'm just, again, like a little bit uncultured, or just so against Sam heavily that I don't know, I'm blindsided. I just don't know where to use Sam or the best matchups or anything. Again, this might be because I'm a terrible Sam player, but I just personally think it's overrated. I think when I face off against Sam that he's really easy to counter a lot of the times. Like, there hardly isn't ever a moment where a Sam player is like outplaying me, as long as I'm keeping my distance and making sure that they don't get close to their super a lot of times. Then it's just so easy to keep track of a Sam. Like, there's only probably a couple of maps in the game right now where I'm scared of facing Sam, like Pinhole Punt, for example, because of a lot of walls. But other than that, I don't know. I just think, especially because of his range, is sometimes easy to take down. So my teammates just yeah, got destroyed right there. But anyways, that's going to be another overrated brawler. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into the second most overrated brawler in the game right now, we have Piper. So Piper, again, by no means I'm saying that she's a terrible brawler, but she definitely is getting a lot weaker in the meta. This is kind of a common theme when I do overrated brawlers, but Piper for sure is falling off drastically right now. So, you know, normally you could go Piper pretty much anywhere, even as like a gem carry, but I would say right now that she's definitely in a more so weaker area. And I would say she actually needs a buff. Like, there's just so many scenarios where I'll just rather pick another sharpshooter or another brawler that can just do her job much better. And yeah, it's just painful to play her right now. You know, maybe on like Shooting Star that she's pretty decent. Maybe Dry Scissors mode. It's going to be like a really passive map. And even on those maps, I just see other brawlers being used because she's just so easy to counter that it's actually painful. So I've had to jump away there, unfortunately, and we're just getting absolutely destroyed. I don't know what to really do in this scenario. Mandy with a super again, and yeah, we're just screwed. I may as well just use a gadget for a little bit of pressure. See if I can get any taps in. I probably need to get my shield going, though, in case Mandy uses super. We could use a gadget on Meg. Let's see if Max uses speed. We might be able to do something, but he's kind of waiting on that one. Let's just use our super here to get out of the way. I'm going to use gadget again here on Mandy, and we should be able to take her down, hopefully. Okay, Max, nice. We're able to take her down, but she has got super to hand next time around. Also, she's okay sometimes on some heist maps, but still, some of her best maps are kind of been taken out of rotation. So that's why I just don't really think she's as good. Like Bridge to Fire, for example, she's no longer in rotation. You know, Safe Zone, she used to be a solid mid. But again, there's just people that just think they're him on the Piper and think they can carry and just end up missing every single shot. So she's got high carry potential, but more often than not, you know, the Pipers on my teams just don't really do anything, and I'm not really doing anything right now. So let's see if we can was hoping to get a double tap onto that Piper, that Mandy there, but just wasn't the case. Max uses speed without me, and now I'm in a 1v3 scenario. Just don't think I'm clutching this one, unfortunately. So that is going to be it for Piper. Yeah, just really struggling in this meta. Definitely overrated by many in Power League. Let's hop into the final one. Alright guys, just jumping into the final overrated brawler, we have Bo. So it wouldn't be an overrated video without saying that Bo is one of those brawlers that just really annoy me. So still people think that Bo is a viable choice right now in the meta. I get asked the question quite a fair bit, like, why can't you go Bo on safe zone? Why can't you go Bo on this map, Bo on that map? But for me, ever since they reworked the gadget, it really hurt him. Like, on some scenarios, it would be viable on knockout, hot zone, but I actually think it's harder to get, well, way harder to get super now with his brand new gadget than ever before. So yeah, it's a shame that Bo has gone down in the rankings, but you know, hopefully they might buff this gadget a little bit. I don't know, totem cheese is just too much. Probably buff him maybe in another way so he isn't completely dependent around his gadget. But you know, it's been some time coming. There's just been so much knockout cheese, so much bounty cheese that, you know, it's kind of all right for once for Bo not to be as strong as a brawler as he once was before. So yeah, I just think he's overrated in the sense that people still, you know, tend to pick him, even on like Gold on Gulch, where he used to be a solid option. It just doesn't really work out anymore. So yeah, Bo, just not it for me. I mean, he's still a pretty decent brawler, can work in some scenarios, but I just don't really see it happen too much. Hopefully my teammates can convert right here. That'll be pretty solid. Okay, let's see. Okay, nice. And also, there was a few maps as well that got taken out of rotation. I think like Double Swoosh, for example. Just some other ones that some of his best maps have been taken out. So that can, of course, definitely affect how a brawler is in a meta. Like, of course, they can be affected just by purely how good they are, but you've got to realize that maps heavily affect the meta. You can see with like Unbreakable Walls or just a lot of different maps with a lot of walls on the map. You can see like Dynamite used to be so incredibly strong on that meta, but when they took out quite a few of those maps, you know, of course Dynamite and other brawlers like Throwers will be effective negatively because their best maps have been removed. So let's see if we can survive here. Probably not though. Again, this totem not really offering me or my teammates much value. Mortis is just chaining like crazy. I was hoping my Fang could get the ball away there. Kind of missed one shot, maybe. That is big rip. If I actually hit more shots into that Mortis, probably could have survived that one. So 20 seconds left. Rightly so, my Fang is a little bit angry here. But we get some insane taps on Dynamite. So all of these guys are weak. We should be able to score right here. Fang does a weird super up, but we should be able to score this one. So he's going to get the takedown onto Brock. We're going to pass this one up, and that is going to be the win. So let me know who you think is underrated and overrated in the comment section below. Sorry if I just seemed a little bit off in the commentary today. I don't know, got a lot of well, I'm just extremely busy right now. We're going to see Post Malone tomorrow in London, so you know, I'm just hectic trying to prepare for that, and then I've got a holiday coming up. So yeah, I'm going to be preparing a lot of videos soon. So if you've made it to the end of the video, let me know what videos you want to see whilst I'm on holiday. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.